How DoorDash murdered traditional restaurant delivery. For 50 years, pizza delivery was America's delivery empire. Domino's promised 30 minutes or less, Papa John's had better ingredients and better pizza, and Pizza Hut owned Friday nights across suburban America. These weren't just restaurants, they were logistics companies disguised as food businesses, with armies of drivers, fleets of branded cars, and delivery territories carved up like mob territories. By 2012, Domino's alone employed over 190,000 people globally, most of them delivery drivers, and the company's stock price reflected the power of controlling the last mile between restaurant and customer. Pizza companies didn't just sell food, they owned the infrastructure of convenience, and that infrastructure was worth billions. Then in 2013, 3 Stanford students launched DoorDash from a Palo Alto apartment, and within a decade, they didn't just compete with traditional delivery. They made it extinct. The old model was beautifully simple and brutally limiting. Pizza chains succeeded because they solved the delivery equation first. They built dedicated fleets, hired full-time drivers, and optimized routes for speed. Domino's turned delivery into theater with pizza tracker technology that let customers watch their order move from oven to door. But this model had a fatal flaw built into its DNA. It only worked for high-volume, standardized food that could justify the fixed costs of maintaining drivers and delivery infrastructure. A single Domino's location needed to generate enough delivery orders every night to keep multiple drivers busy, pay for their wages, insurance, and vehicle maintenance, all while maintaining profit margins on $8 pizzas. This economic reality meant that 90% of restaurants could never afford delivery, and customers were trapped in a world where delivery meant pizza, Chinese takeout, or maybe a sandwich shop if they were lucky. The constraint wasn't demand. Millions of people wanted delivery from their favorite Italian restaurant or burger joint. The constraint was economics. DoorDash founders Tony Xu, Andy Fang, and Stanley Tang understood something that the pizza giants missed. The delivery problem wasn't about optimizing fleets for individual restaurants. It was about creating a platform that could make every restaurant deliverable. Their insight was devastatingly simple. Instead of each restaurant maintaining its own drivers, create a shared network where independent contractors could deliver for hundreds of restaurants using their own cars. This wasn't just a business model innovation. It was a complete reimagining of how delivery worked. In 2013, they started with a single restaurant in Palo Alto, manually coordinating orders and drivers. Within 18 months, they had expanded to 18 cities and raised $10 million in funding. By 2015, DoorDash was operating in over 300 cities, and the company had proved something that terrified traditional delivery companies. Consumers didn't care about branded delivery drivers or 30-minute guarantees when they could order from any restaurant they wanted. The mathematics of platform delivery were brutal for traditional chains. DoorDash's model flipped the economics completely. Instead of restaurants bearing the fixed costs of delivery infrastructure, they paid variable commissions only when orders came through. A small Italian restaurant that could never justify hiring even one delivery driver could suddenly offer delivery to every customer in a 5-mile radius, paying DoorDash 20 to 30% commission per order instead of maintaining salary, benefits, and vehicle costs for dedicated drivers. For consumers, this was a revolution disguised as an app. Suddenly, their favorite Thai restaurant, burger joint, and coffee shop all offered delivery, usually within the same time frame as pizza chains. DoorDash processed $1 billion in gross order value by 2017, and that number hit $16 billion by 2019. Every dollar that flowed through DoorDash was a dollar that didn't need to flow through traditional delivery chains, and the platform was growing exponentially while pizza delivery remained linear. The COVID pandemic didn't just accelerate DoorDash's growth. It proved that the platform model had completely replaced the need for restaurant-owned delivery. In March 2020, as lockdowns shuttered dining rooms across America, DoorDash's daily orders jumped from 1 million to 2 million overnight, then kept climbing. By the end of 2020, DoorDash was processing over 1 million orders per day, and had captured 45% of the U.S. food delivery market. During the same period, traditional pizza chains watched their delivery advantage evaporate. Customers who used to call Domino's directly were ordering through DoorDash instead, choosing from hundreds of restaurants on the same platform where Domino's was just another option. The pandemic revealed that delivery had become commoditized. Customers didn't want pizza delivery or Chinese delivery, they wanted restaurant delivery, period, and DoorDash delivered restaurants while pizza chains only delivered pizza. DoorDash's execution was surgical in destroying traditional delivery economics. The company understood that controlling customer acquisition was everything, so they spent billions on customer acquisition and retention, offering promotions, free delivery, and reduced fees that individual restaurants could never match. DoorDash's customer acquisition cost was over $60 per customer in 2019, but once customers were on the platform, they ordered from multiple restaurants, creating lifetime value that no single restaurant could compete with. Traditional pizza chains found themselves in an impossible position. They could join DoorDash and pay 30% commissions while competing against hundreds of other options, or they could maintain their own delivery and watch customers migrate to the platform. Most chose both, creating a death spiral where they paid DoorDash commissions while still maintaining their own delivery infrastructure for declining direct orders. The network effects were devastating for traditional players. As more restaurants joined DoorDash, the platform became more valuable to customers, which attracted more customers, which attracted more restaurants, which attracted more drivers. By 2021, DoorDash had over 25 million customers, 390,000 merchants, and over 1 million active drivers, numbers that dwarfed the delivery capacity of every traditional chain combined. Domino's entire global driver workforce was a rounding error compared to DoorDash's network in a single country. The platform had achieved something impossible under the old model. It made delivery economically viable for virtually every restaurant while offering customers more choice, faster service, and competitive pricing. When a customer could order from 50 restaurants through DoorDash with the same convenience as ordering pizza, pizza stopped being special. Traditional chains fought back, but their weapons were obsolete. Domino's invested heavily in delivery technology, launching autonomous delivery vehicles and drone programs that generated headlines but delivered no competitive advantage. Pizza Hut partnered with multiple delivery platforms while maintaining their own drivers, spreading their delivery costs across multiple channels while achieving lower efficiency in all of them. Papa John's emphasized quality and direct relationships with customers, but quality didn't matter when customers could order higher quality food from local restaurants through DoorDash with the same convenience. The chains were fighting a technology war with operational improvements, trying to optimize 50-year-old business models against a platform that had made those models irrelevant. By 2022, over 60% of Domino's orders still came through direct channels. But the company's growth had stalled as younger customers defaulted to platforms for all restaurant discovery and ordering. The data tells the story of traditional delivery's extinction in cold numbers. DoorDash went public in December 2020 at $78 per share and reached a market capitalization of over $70 billion, making it worth more than Domino's, Papa John's, and Pizza Hut combined. In 2021, DoorDash processed $39 billion in gross order value, more than the total revenue of the top 50 pizza chains combined. The company's revenue grew from $850 million in 2019 to $4.9 billion in 2021, while traditional delivery chains saw flat or declining growth. Customer behavior had shifted permanently. Food delivery meant platform delivery, and restaurant-owned delivery became a legacy cost center that most chains began eliminating. The average DoorDash customer ordered from 12 different restaurants per year, proving that delivery had evolved from a pizza convenience to a comprehensive restaurant access system. DoorDash didn't just kill traditional restaurant delivery, it transformed delivery from a competitive advantage for pizza chains into table stakes for every restaurant in America. Today, the question isn't whether restaurants offer delivery, it's which platforms they're available on, and how they optimize their operations for platform economics. Pizza chains that once ruled delivery now compete for attention on the same apps as sushi restaurants and ice cream shops, their decades of delivery expertise neutralized by a platform that made expertise irrelevant. The drivers who once wore Domino's uniforms and drove branded cars now drive their own vehicles and deliver for whoever pays the best rates, their loyalty purchased by algorithms rather than earned by employers. Traditional restaurant delivery died because DoorDash proved that customers didn't want better pizza delivery. They wanted delivery from better restaurants. And once that became possible, pizza's 50-year monopoly on convenience crumbled in less than a decade.